Now, there is an old saying, not all that glitters is gold.
Fight.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to Sire's Domain. So Alyssa Milano is at it again, trying to hit at Ted Cruz for a tweet that he made recently, just yesterday, I suppose. Now, Alyssa Milano, as we well know, has been somebody who has been somewhat of an activist for the left since her acting career hasn't been that great. Now, Alyssa Milano is an adult pretender, but she's been doing a lot of activism movement. Now, according to Rose McGowan, who happens to be her co-star in the series called Charmed, where there were 3 witches or something like that, she said that Alyssa Milano hijacked the Me Too movement. Anyway, she was the front runner for the Me Too movement, and she went on with this hashtag that she was kind of like pushing, hashtag Believe Women, which meant that women were always right when they made sexual allegation. Of course, that hashtag died a very premature death when Biden was accused, and Alyssa Milano turned the other way and said, well, we need to look at the facts. So in other words, automatically believe women unless they accuse your own candidate. Anyway, she moved on to the defund the police movement as well, and she jumped on the hashtag defund the police bandwagon up until she called the cops on a teenager who was hunting a squirrel within her compound in a garden near her house or something. And you know, her hypocrisy knows no bound, and her credibility bar is fast dropping. So right now she's at it again. She's gone after a career politician in Ted Cruz, who happens to be a Texas senator, and now she's trying to accuse him of something else. So we are going to be jumping into this story today, as this has been trending on Twitter recently. I'm going to share my thoughts as we go along. Please feel free to share your thoughts in that comment section below. And before we do, I want to quickly urge you that if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on this video, and also share this video if you found any value. Trust me, you are going to find some value in this video. Now, without further ado, let's do this. Republican Senator Ted Cruz of Texas took on liberal actress Alyssa Milano after she tried to blame him and his fellow Republicans for the lack of a deal on a new bearbug virus aid package. I say bearbug because I don't know what you get flagged by on YouTube these days. The Twitter feud began after Cruz posted a comment about the changing demographics of the Democratic Party based on statistics about the changing voting habits of the highest earning counties in the US. At least when he made a post, he actually backed it up with some data. So let's have a look at what he posted. And so Ted Cruz tweeted, "Today's Dems are the party of the rich. GOP is and should be the party of the working class." And then he made this post from Ben Weingart, which states, and I quote, "In 1980, the Democrats only won 9% of the highest income counties. In 2020, Biden won over 50% of the highest income counties. Part of this, of course, was due to Trump's unique character flaw, but it is also part of a long-term party reversal." Now, everything I've read to you, I totally agree. Trump has a lot of character flaws, and you know, it is very off-putting to so many people, and he can easily be misunderstood. He also posted this data which shows a shift among voters from 1980 to 2020. From this data, we can clearly see what's going on, that Democrats are becoming the party for the elites. A lot of elites are supporting Democrats. As you can see this from the mainstream media to big techs and heavy corporations really supporting the Democrat as well. Anyway, Milano, a vehement and vocal critic of President Trump and the Republican Party, criticized Cruz in response. "This is hilarious. Why is the GOP blocking bearbug relief from the working class families if it's the party of the working class? Or blocking the bill to raise minimum wage to $15 an hour? Sit down." There, that is some burn, I tell ya. Sit down, Ted Cruz.
Sit down.
Now, it's always funny when it comes to most of these liberals. They always think that when they throw in a burn like "you're pathetic" or "sit down" or something like that, that helps them make their point. But is she really making any good point? In any case, Ted Cruz responded with this: "Alyssa, facts matter. Dems have twice filibustered $500 billion in emergency bearbug relief. Every single Senate Dem voted to block the relief. Pelosi refuses even to talk because they believe maximizing economic pain helped Biden and it helps Dems in the GA, and they trust the press to cover for them. Now, is he wrong? Is he wrong really? Because when you take a look at this whole thing and how it's happening, the Dems have been refusing every single attempt for this COVID relief that the GOP has provided them with. Now, is Alyssa Milano actually talking from a place of knowledge, or is she just going out on a limb and trying to pass out misinformation? If this is misinformation, Twitter should have censored her. But as Democrats are the party of the elite, I don't think they censor people from the left, no matter how outrageous what they say. Now, I know for a fact that not too long ago, the GOP actually presented a $1.8 trillion COVID relief to the House, but the House totally rejected it. And this is what Nancy Pelosi said when she was actually asked about it on CNN.
Even the members of your own caucus, Madam Speaker, want to accept this deal, $1.8 trillion.
What I say to you is, I don't know why you're always an apologist. And many of your colleagues apologize for the Republican position.
Now, I suppose in some part, maybe not all part of mainstream media are covering up for the Dems.
Right.
What's wrong with $1.8 trillion?
Well, you know what? Do you have any idea what the difference is between the spending that they have in their bill and that we have in our bill?
Is that what this is all about? Not allow the president to take credit if there's a deal?
No shit, Sherlock.
With all due respect, and you know we've known each other a long time, you really don't know what you're talking about.
Say what?
These are incredibly difficult times right now, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for joining
we'll
us.
leave it on the vote that you are not right on this, Wolf.
As you can see right there, CNN, that has been a very big activist network against Trump and the GOP itself. We're actually questioning Nancy Pelosi, and she didn't really have a viable answer as to why she would reject that $1.8 trillion in the bare buck relief. Milano responded but ignored the specific points that CRUZ raised in order to continue to blame Republicans. Now, we've already dealt with the first part, which is misinformation. GOP actually offered $1.8 trillion that the Dems actually rejected from the House Senate, Nancy Pelosi herself, as you saw from the CNN video. Anyhow, the second part is the $15 bill. Why are the GOP refusing that? Because that seemed like it would help the working class, but would it really? Now there is an old saying, not all that glitters is gold. So we need to look deeper into a reason why maybe the $15 per hour minimum wage might not be the best of things. Now, first off, one of the positives, or maybe the only positive about this $15 thing, is that the poverty gap will shrink and a lot of people will be lifted out of poverty if you can actually pull this off. But what are the repercussions, though, if this happens? And how is this going to favor you or not favor you as a person? Now, there are two categories that are being argued about here. We have the upper class, the upper echelons of people, the big corporations, and we have the working class. Now, how does a $15 minimum wage affect the working class? Think about this. If you're a small business owner and all of a sudden minimum wage goes up to $15 and you've been paying minimum wage of $7.5 all along, what do you have to do? Let's take, for instance, this anecdote. Somebody who is like a coffee shop owner has 4 staffers. They work 8 hours a day and they get paid minimum wage. If the minimum wage gets doubled, there are 3 things that could possibly happen. One is try to keep the business by firing 2 people and pay the other 2 people. Therefore, they will be doing more work. Now, if it is illegal for you to fire someone without any proper basis, they'd have to keep all 4 workers. The second thing that would happen would be that they would share those shifts among the 4 of them. So 2 people would do a 4-hour shift, get paid the same amount, while the other 2 would do the last 4-hour shift and get paid the same amount. In other words, these people will be working a lot more in a shorter period of time to earn that same amount of money. Now, will that take them out of the poverty gap? No, it's not going to take them out of the poverty category because they will be earning the same amount of money. They will only be working less hours, but they will be putting in more effort to work. Now, the other scenario would be this. In order for them to keep all 4 staffs, have them keep working for the whole 8 hours, then he would need to actually increase the prices or the cost of his product. A price of coffee could go from $4 probably to $8. Now, if that happens, a lot of customers are going to move their business elsewhere to maybe somewhere else where they can get the coffee cheaper. Now, only big corporations, people like Starbucks or maybe even at fuel stations and what have you, would be able to cope with those cheaper prices and they would move their business there. When this happens, what happens to the small businesses? They end up closing down and then loss of business, loss of jobs. that is detrimental to people, therefore putting more people in the working class in the poverty category because now they are jobless. So not all that glitters is gold. There is also the other part where how will the corporations benefit from this? Well, a particular article from Forbes actually talks about this. It is called The Unintended Consequences of Raising Minimum Wage to $15. Now, from this article, it talks about how big corporations can benefit from this particular bill. Large corporations with big budgets will weigh their increased labor costs and elect to invest in technology to displace workers. Displace workers, which means more workers are going to lose their jobs. This trend will soon become prevalent in the food service industry, hospitality, retail, construction, and manufacturing. Amazon recently opened up several prototype Amazon Go stores that are self-described as a new kind of store featuring the world's most advanced shopping technology. No lines, no checkouts, just grab and go. Fast food chains and large department stores will follow suit and implement self-service checkouts to save costs. Corporate executives will recognize that the $15 per hour could be routinely raised. You see, because it wouldn't stop there. They could always raise that money. They will weigh the future unknown costs associated with additional increases coupled with ever-increasing insurance costs, plus the time-consuming task of finding employees, training them, and dealing with turnover. It's easier and less expensive to have technologies take over. The unintended consequences will be what there will be far fewer jobs available for those that need them the most. So, as you can see, from her argument, you can tell that she has no basis, and you can tell that what the Democrats are searching for, no matter how good it looks, is not going to favor the working class. This is why over the years, the big tech corporations, mass media, and the rest of them who are actually going to benefit from this are more in support of the Democrats. And you can tell that the Democrats are the parties for the rich and not really for the poor. Now, my big problem with the Democrats is this. Now, they used to be the party for the working class, and things have switched. Instead of them actually looking inwards to themselves and saying, what are we doing wrong? They are not doing any of that. They are placing the blame game. And I've seen this being done before in my country. And trust me, it doesn't look good right now, because right now the current leadership is still blaming the previous leadership even 6 years into the game. And trust me, our economy, I don't know where it is at the moment. It's actually lower than low. Sincerely though, I do hope this will not be the case in America, because it will be detrimental not just to that country but to so many other countries across the world. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think Alyssa Milano is right, that the Democrats are still the party for the working class, or are they the party for the rich? Also, let me know, should Alyssa Milano have been censored for what she said? Is that misinformation, or do we categorize that as an opinion? And if we do, why is it not the same thing for the people on the right? When they give their own opinion, they get censored on Twitter. Anyhow, let me know what you feel in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now I'm going to be jetting out of here, and I'll be talking to you guys again real soon. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell notification, and please share this video as well, because somebody might need to hear this. I'm going to be catching you guys real soon, but until then, remember to always look after yourself, think critically, and be objective. Peace, and Saya's out of here. Catch you on the next one.